We've got another strength video today. Full body. We're going to be using some weights. I have 3-pound weights here. Use whatever weights work for you, or no weights at all. That's totally fine. And I'm also going to be using a yoga brick. If you don't have a yoga brick, you can just grab like a big book, a thick book, or a pillow even can do the same as well. Yeah, and then yoga mat, anything soft to lie on, and we will meet lying all the way down on your back. Take that yoga brick with you, weights off to the side for now. Yoga brick's gonna go in between your thighs, the long skinny way here, and let's go ahead and find your breath. Hands around your ribs, thumbs in the back, 4 fingers in the front. Give yourself that nice big inhale. Find that 360-degree breath into those ribs. And then exhaling through your front ribs. Find that corset feeling of your waist, your belly button pulling in towards your spine. Big breath into the back and the sides of your body. Notice the deeper the exhale, the deeper you connect to those low abs, belly button in. Maybe connecting that pelvic floor as well at the end of that exhale. Pulling in and up. Last big breath. And then lowering your hands to the front of that pelvis. Make a diamond shape, thumbs to your belly button, 4 fingers to your pubic bone, adding in those pelvic tilts. On your exhale, low abs draw in. You scoop and tuck that tail towards you. Inhaling to release that, stick your tail out away from you to the mat. Again, exhale, low abs draw in, little scoop and tuck. Inhaling to release. We've got just 3 more. Relaxing through those back legs. For 2. Last one. Awesome, let your tail be heavy, arms come by your side. On the next exhale, tuck that tail, go ahead and find your first bridge here, peeling your hips off to the ceiling. We're gonna take a second at the top just to hold. So you've got the yoga brick today, so see if you can add a little bit of a squeeze to that brick, use it as feedback, feel your inner thighs turn on, and squeeze the smile line of your cheeks. Maybe thinking about the length through the front of your hips. How much can you open through the front of your body? Big inhale. Exhale, close your ribs and bone by bone, melt your spine all the way down. Letting your tail relax at the very bottom, you'll scoop to lift right back up. Just massaging through your spine. Love to start with bridges. We're just warming up here. Smooth out the sticky spots. Start to find that connection, pressure through your heels to the smile line of your cheeks. 2 more. Last one. Keep your hips lifted at the top and just hold here. See if you can tuck your tail even more. And from here, you're gonna lift just left hip up 1 inch to the ceiling and right hip up 1 inch. Left hip lifts 1 inch, right hip lifts 1 inch. So it is super small. This is in prep kind of for the next challenge we're gonna do in a second. Notice how thighs and yoga bricks stay frozen in space. And you're really trying to just isolate 1 hip at a time. Abs are starting to turn on as well. Let's go for 2 more sets to each side. Try and feel the whole footprint on the floor with both feet. Go ahead and find your center and start to lift both hips up 1 inch, down 1 inch. Up 1 inch, down 1 inch. You're here for 5. Squeeze that yoga brick. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bone by bone, you melt your spine all the way down. Tail relaxes at the bottom. You're gonna take out the yoga brick here. Yoga brick is going underneath your right foot now. Feet are still hip width apart. So now you've got the right leg a little higher. You're gonna go ahead and take a few bridges here. Now the challenge is trying to keep your hip bones still even here. So a good guide is taking those hands to your hips to kind of use as a guide here. Good. So now you've got a soft surface. That's going to make stability now a little harder. We're going to build some stability to that ankle and foot. Let's go for 2 more. Still massaging through that spine. Keeping your hips lifted at the top on this next one. Hold here for me. Now from here, can you shift all of your weight to that right leg onto that yoga brick? Can you float that left leg up to tabletop? Lower it back down. You switch, shift to the left. Right leg lifts. Right leg lowers. And lift. Feel the difference here between the soft and hard surface. And then really try your best to keep those hips hard, or even. This is hard. My brain's working extra. Let's go one more set to each side. Really tuck that tail. Finding your center. Hips lift an inch higher. Melt your spine all the way down. You're going to go ahead, slide that yoga brick underneath your left foot. Now we're going to do the same thing here. Get yourself nice and even. And then find those same bridges. You find or even yourself off at first here. Maybe noticing if this side feels different and making note of that. Two more. Keep your hips lifted at the top and hold. Shift your weight over to your left leg. Right leg floats to tabletop. Control, lower it down. Switch, shift to the right. Left leg lifts. Left foot lowers. Right leg lifts. So every day we deal with uneven surfaces, right? So this is challenging us to build that endurance here. One more set to each side. Find your breath. Tuck that tail even more. Last one. So good. Find your center. Hips lift an inch higher. And lower your spine all the way down. So good. Nice work, you guys. Build that strength. Uneven surfaces can be pretty tricky. Give a stretch into those hammies. We're going to go ahead into a little bit of some ab work here. Hands are going to go behind your head. We're going to start off with some ab curls. On your next exhale, go ahead, nod and curl the head up, look towards your belly. Inhale to let the head go back. Move this out of the way. Exhale to nod and curl up. Inhale to let the head go back. Simple ab curls. Just turning them on. Find those front ribs pulling in. Find your belly button drawing in even deeper. 4 more. Arms carry the head here. For 3. For 2. On the next one, you're going to stay curled up and freeze. Can you lift the right leg to tabletop? Left leg comes up to meet it. Go ahead, find your single leg stretch. Right leg long. Bring it in and switch. In. Keep going here. Any point the neck needs a break, feel free to let the head go back for a breath. Use that breath. One more set to each side, and then we're finding some scissors. Next time right leg is long, keep it long. Can you reach your left leg up to the ceiling and grab behind that left leg? You're going to pulse that left leg into you 2 times. And then you switch, right leg in 2 times, and switch, pulse, and switch, and switch. You exhale on that pulse, and switch, and switch. Low abs working, maybe you curl up a little higher. Last challenge here. right back up. You've got heels together, toes apart. You lower, low abs scoop to lift. This is it, you got it. Lower, squeeze those heels as much as you can. Low abs pull in, 4 more. For 3. Last 2. Last 1. Ooh, so good. Bring those knees in, give yourself a breath. Woo. Let's give yourself that nice twist of a stretch here. Right leg crosses over your left. Let your legs go to the right side. Arms are in a cactus shape. Turn your head to the left. Breathe in to the left side of your body. Woo. Should be nice and warm through your core here. Prepping you for the rest of this series. Go ahead and switch. Left leg over your right. Twist to the left. Turn your head to the right. Awesome. You're going to go ahead, sit yourself on up here. Flipping over to your hands and knees. Go for those cat-cows. Round up towards your belly. Arch, look up towards the ceiling. Find that release into your abs here. Take a second for that extension. And then round. Head roll, butt roll, do what feels good. 2 more sets here for yourself. You're gonna find your center here. Give yourself a breath, find that neutral spine, abs are active. We're gonna take some bird dogs here to start. We've got a nice arm series coming up, so this is just gonna prep for that. Shifting your weight to your left arm. Right arm reaches in front, left leg goes behind in opposition. You find your balance here. You lower with control and switch. Right leg, left arm. Find your balance, lower and switch. A few at your own pace. Notice how those obliques are working extra here. You're lifting out of that supporting shoulder. Let's go for just 1 more set to each side. Last set. Perfect. And then once you're even, give yourself a breath. We're gonna grab a hold of all your props here. So yoga brick, it's gonna go on the right side of your mat. And you're gonna grab for 1 of the weights. You're gonna set up in the same position here. Right hand's gonna go onto the yoga brick. So that's just giving you a little bit of a lift here. You're gonna have the weight into your left hand. Now I want you to start off with some shoulder extension. So straight left arm, you're gonna lead with your palm. Squeeze your left shoulder blade and bring that arm up to hip height. And then lower it back down. Squeeze the left shoulder blade, you lift, and then you lower. So you might start to find tricep kick on eventually. Now a few things to think about. As you pull, you don't want to let the shoulder hinge forward. So I want you to really think, squeezing that shoulder blade back first to bring that arm up. Abs are gonna work with you. You don't want to have a locked elbow, but a soft elbow here. We're building all the posture muscles into that rotator cuff to support your shoulder blade. Now, if you're feeling good, the next time you bring that arm down, reset, reaching the right leg long behind you. It stays there as you keep going with that arm. So just to add a little bit of an off balance here. Yeah. Let's go for about 4 more. For 2. Next time that arm is lifted, you're gonna keep it lifted and hold. Can you find a tricep bend of the elbow and then reach that arm behind? You bend and you straighten. We're here for 5. For 4, your elbow's frozen in space. 3, 2, last one. Hold here, give yourself 3 big breaths. Grow yourself longer, arm an inch higher. Last breath. You lower everything down. Take a little shake or shimmy. We've got one more challenge here. Now, if wrist is getting tired, that right wrist, you can also come up onto your fist if that feels better, or kind of off the edge with your palm. That might feel better as well. See how you feel. Also an option, come down to your forearm. So resetting here. This time, we're gonna take a little abduction with that arm. It might be a little harder here. So straight arm, you squeeze the shoulder blade. That arm's gonna lift to the side now, and then lower back down. Shoulder blade squeeze, lift, and lower. This is usually a harder range of motion for people. It's pretty tricky. Maybe you don't go as high as you want. That's okay. Shoulder blade down. Again, same challenge if you're feeling good. Maybe taking that right leg back to where it was. You open and lower. 4 more. 3. Don't be surprised if that right shoulder is getting tired too. It's doing a lot of work. Keep that lift on this last one and hold. This time pulse that right leg up an inch, down an inch for a 10. You got it, abs in. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let everything lower. Reset into a child's pose here. Relax through those shoulders. Give yourself a breath. Awesome, awesome work. So both shoulders pretty warm. You're gonna go ahead, bring yourself onto your forearms here, and we're gonna take a plank before we do that all on the other side. Down on your forearms, right toes reach behind, left toes reach behind. You're meeting me in a plank. Find a nice tuck of your tail, squeeze through your back legs, and just breathe here, abs in. Now from here, you're gonna just rock yourself forward on your toes, and then heels back. Rock forward and back. 10 seconds. Notice how the abs kick on even more when you rock yourself forward. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees. Sit back on your heels. You've got one more big breath here. Take advantage. And then we're gonna set up for this work on the other side. I'm gonna turn to face the other way just so I'm open towards you guys. So this time yoga bricks going underneath your left hand. Weight into your right hand now. Same quadruped shape. Reset here. Knees are right underneath your hips. Finding shoulder extension first. Really lift out of that left shoulder. Start to sweep that arm up. Lower back down. You sweep, squeeze the right shoulder blade, lower back down. Now your left shoulder, it's gonna fatigue a bit quicker, right? You just worked it and now it's supporting you again here. So don't be surprised when it starts to fatigue. You're building lots of stability and endurance here. Try not to panic over it, you just embrace it. We're all strong enough. If you took the challenge on the other side, that left leg's gonna reach long behind you this time as you keep going with the right arm. 4 more. Hold those abs in. For 2. Keep the arm lifted on the next one and hold. You find those tricep bends, go for 8 of them. Squeeze, elbows up. Squeeze that right shoulder blade back even more. Abs in. Last 4. Hold the last one in 3. For 2. Keep that arm long. You're going to just hold and breathe. Abs in. You're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everything lowers. Take any shakes and shimmies. Roll out the wrists if you need to. You've got that last set with the abduction now. Reset. Squeeze the right shoulder blade, open to the side, lower back down. Right shoulder blade open, lower back down. Now, arm work is always the toughest for me. I feel like I try to avoid it as much as I can, but I know that I should be doing the opposite. So this week, I am doing a bit more arm work than I normally do. I'm sorry if you're like me and you hate arm work, but it's good for you. If you took that challenge, go ahead, reach the left leg long. We're gonna go for 5 more. For 3, 2, keep that left and hold, pulse the left leg, squeeze that left butt cheek. You're here for 6, you got it. Just grow yourself longer. For 3, 2, and 1, everything lowers. Awesome job. Give yourself a breath, reach those arms in front of you. Awesome, awesome work. All right, now we're gonna do a little bit of extension work here, just to reverse all the flexion we've kind of been doing and open yourself up. So you're gonna set yourself up seated here. Arms are gonna go behind you. Now you can do what's most comfortable for you, whether fingers are facing out or in. I'm gonna do out. Legs are long. Now I want you to think about the bridges that we did at the start, right? So opening through the front of your body, you're gonna just squeeze through the back legs and press your hips up towards the ceiling, and then lower back down. So this is tough for me because I don't have a lot of extension through the front of my body and my quads are tight. So you lift just to where you can without arching into your back, and then lower back down. Abs, and you lift, and you lower. Lift, and lower. You're gonna go for 3 more. Yeah, shoulders back. You're also, again, building that stability for your wrists. If your wrists are tired, come down onto your forearms. For 2. Keep your hips lifted on this next one, and you're holding. See if you can tuck your tail even more. Squeeze through your back legs. Shift your weight over towards your left leg. Float your right leg to the ceiling. Lower it down, switch, shift to the right, float the left leg up. This is killer for me. I don't do this a lot and I need to. Opening through the front. How much can you minimize the movement in your hips like we worked on earlier? 1 more set to each side. Find your center, and then lower those hips down. Lean yourself forward, give yourself a breath here. Whew. Really, really nice. All right, we're gonna get into those abs to kind of finish off here. We're gonna do a roll back series, and we're gonna use those weights. Again, totally optional. Let's actually take the yoga brick back between your inner legs for feedback here. And then weights are going into both arms. Elbows by your side, palms to the ceiling. On your next exhale, tuck your tail, roll into a C curve, reach those arms in front of you, deepen through those abs, restack nice and tall. Again, you exhale, tuck your tail, C curve, arms reach in front, deepen through those abs, roll yourself back up. You've got 3 more. Feet stay grounded. Keep a nice hold of that yoga brick so you don't lose it like I just did. For 2. Last one. Roll back halfway and freeze here. Can you tuck your tail even more? Float that right arm to the ceiling, lower it down, switch left arm lifts, and it lowers. Right arm lifts, and it lowers. Left arm lifts, and it lowers. Once you're even, can you lift both arms? Lower back down. As those arms lift, your abs draw in even deeper. You're here for 4 more. Squeeze that yoga brick. For 3. For 2. Last one. Sit yourself up. Give yourself a breath here. Little shoulder roll if you need it. You're gonna roll back halfway one more time and freeze. You're gonna start to twist from right to left now. Taking those Russian twists just from your ribs, hips are staying quiet. Find those obliques and tuck your tail. If you're feeling good, maybe your legs come up to tabletop. Tuck that tail even more. Squeeze that yoga brick. You've got just 10 seconds here from right to left. That's it, you got it. Breathe. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit yourself on up. Woo, so good. Give yourself a breath. Plop those weights down. Yoga brick down. We're gonna go ahead and stretch it out here. Let's actually flip onto your stomach and open yourself up this way to take a nice extension release. So plop yourself down on your forearms. This should kind of feel good already. Let yourself relax and kind of sink just into the floor. So notice how this reverses all the flexion we just did. We were in a little ball, now you're reversing that, opening yourself up. So hips are open, they're forced to open this way. Abs in. All I want you to do is straighten your arms from here. And then bend back down. That's it, it's like a mini swan kind of variation. It's nothing crazy. This is a release to open you up. You straighten, and then you bend back down. Abs in, you straighten, and you bend. That's it. Let's take just 3 more. For 2. Last one. Perfect. You're gonna go ahead, bring yourself up onto your knees. Give yourself one more child's pose. Your knees fall open. You're gonna go ahead, bring both your hands to the right side of the mat. Breathe into the left side of your body. You switch both hands over to the left side, breathe into the right side. One more time, even, both hands to each side. And then you guys are all set for this video. Awesome work. That was a little bit of arm work, I know, and I'm sorry if you hated that. But you guys are getting stronger, love it. I'm gonna be making a nice cool down video with a foam roller, so go ahead and do that after this class if you need that extra release. And yeah, awesome work.